What's up, UA fam? Ashley here. And if you love this podcast and you actually find yourself re-listening to episodes and wanting more of Taryn and I, guess what? You should subscribe to our Supercast, where we give you bonus content every single week. But not just basic episodes, we do interactive episodes, like personalized AMAs, where you can specifically ask Taryn how her dating life is going, and you can specifically ask me how it's been living with my boyfriend this past few months. We do solo episodes and even scary episodes because we know how much you guys love those scary stories. And our Supercast community has been growing exponentially, so don't miss out. Subscribe to Supercast now and join the fun. Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hey. What's going on? How you feeling, Taryn?
You know what? I don't know who I think I am recently, but
Taryn's basically 21 again.
I guess, but like, it's just like this has been the craziest couple months of my entire life. Coachella, then you're oh wait, should I like not say it like that?
No, absolutely.
People know.
I mean, I'm assuming they know.
No, I feel like I just like slid that in so casual.
Well,
wait, no. Actually, I don't want to casually say that because this is what the episode is about. So we're going to put a pin in that.
Okay.
Something crazy happened.
Something crazy.
Then the next weekend, which was this weekend, I went to Stagecoach and I literally went to bed last night at 3 and was in my car at 5 to drive out here.
Abs, I am
to be with y'all.
I'm just so blown away. I think we all are by like the love and dedication that you have for us. I know I feel it, and I'm sure our listeners do too. She's here because of you guys. She rolled out of bed, slept for 2 hours, rolled out of bed, drove for
so long.
3 hours?
It was like 2.5. Like traffic just kept, it's like, so it's such a helpless feeling when you keep watching it get like
farther,
longer and longer.
Yeah.
And then when I came here today, I missed the exit. And like this part of LA, like you miss an exit, it's like a trek to figure out how to like,
you gotta like re-exit, but then you can't just
go
like
back on the freeway.
It's not like you can just like hop back on, like turn left and hop onto the on-ramp that's right there, not in downtown.
No. So I was just like, I'm going to lose my mind. But we're here, and then I have like 3 days to reset my life. And then me and Ash and a giant group of girls are going to Vegas for a bachelorette party. That's going to be so like...
And we are for sure the oldest ones in the group.
Dude, I've never felt so old. The group I was with
but that's why I'm
this weekend,
so blown away by you, because you're doing it.
Oh, I'm doing it, but it's like so funny. So I actually like, I didn't really want to go to the festival, like in a whole. What?
As a whole?
As a whole.
There you go.
So, thank you.
You didn't really want to go to the festival.
Oh, yeah. So like I didn't get a wristband. I told my management, I was like, I literally just want to go Sunday. Like I want to see Luke Combs. That's like all I care about.
Yeah.
So
go for the parties, chill at the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did a bunch of parties and events. And then like at the first day, everyone left. Everyone, like all the girls are like super young, super like their outfits were like all out, right? So I'm walking around looking like an actual homeless person, like no joke, like in my Fugs, in my sweat set. And so I hear all this commotion, right? And one of the deals we did is we had a shuttle service, and it was sponsored by the show Farmer Wants a Wife.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that show?
I mean, I haven't, but
it's all over my TikTok. There's like this one couple's drama that's all over my TikTok for some reason. I've never watched it. So I come out of my room and I like turn and like there's just like 10 farmer cowboys.
Yeah.
They all just stop and look at me and I was like, hey. like, and so then anyways, so like I'm going about and then one of the girls who's also signed with my management, but we had never met each other, she comes up and I'm sitting eating my eggs just like whatever. And then the managers were like cooking breakfast. She comes up. She goes, I just want to thank all of you for all of your hard work, blah, blah, blah. And I like look up and I'm like, she's looking at me. And I was like,
why is she making eye contact with me as she's saying this?
I'm one of the talent too. Like, but I'm like, I told her later because she was all embarrassed and I was like,
no, not at all.
It is so fair that you thought I worked there.
Well, you're also like not leaving with everyone. Yeah. Like, so like, that's totally fine.
Yeah. But the first day it was like 8 p.m. I was eating Chipotle in my bed.
Absolutely.
And then I like got ready and went to 2 parties and then came back.
Oh, I love that.
It was a fun weekend. I'm so tired.
I mean, I would be tired just the drive this morning, let alone having to have been so social all weekend long.
Like I almost feel like I have like vertigo. Like everything just feels off.
And it's like a deja vu because we were just out there for Coachella and then you're doing the whole thing all over again.
So tired. I'm so tired that I said no to Beyonce tickets tonight.
Oh my God.
That's how you know I'm
Are we transitioning?
Well,
Alicia,
but I'm here.
You can find this on Alicia. I think it's on her TikTok or Instagram or whatever. She literally surprised me this morning with like the first show, like night 1, opening night of the Cowboy Carter tour. And I wasn't planning on going, didn't think I was gonna go. Like that was not in the cards for me. I knew she was going. I was so stoked for her. I was gonna be like watching socials religiously tonight from bed.
Yeah, from bed. Me.
And like that was, I was like stoked about that. This morning, I was like leaving my Pilates class and I get a text and she's like, hey, can you stop by real quick? I need help filming something for Sacred because she's going with like the hair company or Beyonce's hair company. So I'm like, sure, but it's got to be quick. Like I got to go. So I like sit down and she's like, here, can you just sit here? I need to like frame this up. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, which hat do you think I should wear tonight? And I was like, the white one, obviously. So she's like, here, put it on. And I was like, okay. So I'm just like sitting here sweaty from Pilates. I'm literally holding our dogs and I have this hat on. And then she tells me that she literally just found out that she had pluses. So she was going to bring me and Taryn and I just start sobbing. I'm like an emotional wreck these last like 2 weeks.
Fair.
And like, I lost my mind. It was like the Taylor Swift Eras Tour surprise tickets all over again. And I was like, she's going to kill me. Like I'm literally going to die of a heart attack one of these days because
like,
I'm just
no
like,
more emotions.
too many things are coming at me and I just can't handle it. But I'm so excited. And also I'm like, oh, I wasn't planning on this because I'm also leaving for Vegas on Thursday with a wild group of people. And I'm so excited for it. But I was like, I need some like rest and restoration and peace.
I don't think I could like stand for longer than like 15 minutes. The way my feet feel right now.
Oh, you should get a foot massage.
I should get something.
You should do something. Yeah,
I should do something.
You should do something.
But yeah, I'm excited for you to go, and I will live through you. But are you proud of me for saying no? Like that took a lot.
In my head, I was like, I could see her having major FOMO and trying to go through with it. But also I was like, she also has like a job and like,
girl,
you know, like
I know.
I already knew that we had to record this. So I was like, when is she, how is she coming back from Stagecoach?
I can't.
Straight to recording the pod.
No, I literally
can't. You wouldn't have to go home. Like, or you couldn't have gone home.
No.
You would have had to like get ready at my place.
Yeah, I can't do
There's
it.
literally no way.
I can't. Like,
I was like, I doubt she'll come, but
no.
I'm
cuddling my dog.
Because you're my partner in crime with all this stuff. But
we're going to have a lot of time together.
All weekend long.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Remy's bachelorette party. We have a very, very legit PDF document for like what to wear and the themes of every night. And I realized, I was like, I need to start like organizing all my stuff and figuring out what I'm doing. I ordered some extra seashell like bracelets and necklaces because we have a mermaid day pool party, like mermaid themed pool party. So I got a bunch of that stuff. I think I just need to order like one more dress. I think I actually feel like I have stuff for every theme so far. There's like, it's like bling before the ring. Then there's blue before I do. And then there's the red theme. And then the mermaid day, and then a pajama party.
Dear God.
Yeah.
That's just another thing on my list.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, if I need to order anything, I should do it today.
Yeah, I ordered a bunch of stuff from bed the other day, which never goes well, but
From
we'll
where?
see. From bed. Like in bed.
I was like, I've never heard.
I was like falling asleep and then I was like,
I've never heard of bed. What's bed?
No, in my bed.
Yes.
So we'll see. It was very late at night and I couldn't tell you what I ordered. So there were a bunch of packages waiting for me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I have no updates besides Stagecoach was fun. And I was like everyone's wingman and like the aunt of the group, basically. So
Slash like team worker.
yeah. I loved Luke Combs' set though. That was like so much fun.
That was the next question I was going to ask.
Yeah,
was like, who was your favorite artist?
so
What was the
good.
best part?
I really didn't. I mean, by the time we got there, we saw, I think, like maybe like 2 sets. But yeah, Luke Combs is like one of my favorite artists to see live. He's just like such a vibe. So that was like really fun. I saw the Goo Goo Dolls.
Fun.
Yeah.
That
They
would
played
have been
Iris,
great.
and I was like, yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's really all I have. Because my life is void of meaning. No, I'm just kidding. Is there like anything you want to like update us on?
Ooh, I feel like everyone already knows already.
But you don't know.
I guess you don't know. If you're a Supercast listener,
Supercast knows.
you know.
Your Instagram knows.
Because we already had a talk about it on Supercast, but I'm a fiancé.
Hold up the ring, girl.
I'm literally beside myself. Like all week long, I have just been floating. Just been floating.
As
I've
you
literally I've had so much work to do. I haven't been doing it.
Nope.
It's been like
Just staring at your ring.
unnecessary. I've just been like staring at my ring, going through the photos like over and over and over again, crying, making a cute little edit, posting it, going through the photos over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just been like this relentless wheel of just like emotions. And I am just like beside myself. I am so happy. It was so much fun. I'm so curious to hear, like, I don't even know, I think all the details that you might have known beforehand, but apparently it was a huge group effort to make it happen. But yeah, it happened over a week ago, a little over a week ago.
Yeah.
Evidently, Jackson got the ring in November and has been trying to propose for months now, which is funny because I've been like, when's he gonna do it?
Well, yeah, it's so funny because like, I mean, there's been a lot of like parts on my end, but like the one was like watching you be like frustrated because you're like, I thought it would have happened here. I thought it would have happened here.
Yeah.
And then the other part of me was like, well, no one's told me anything. So like, I'm going to be there, right? You know? And so finally, like I talked to Alicia like a while back and she was like, I've seen the ring. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
So it was like, we've all kind of like known it's coming.
Yeah.
But it's just like your schedule's been wild. Like you haven't been in like one country long enough to like have this happen.
Yeah.
And I think I like respect that he like didn't feel like he needed to rush it, but just wanted it to be perfect. And it really couldn't have been more perfect. And then finally, I don't even know when it was. Maybe like end of March or top of April.
What?
Somewhere in there. I got a text one night from Jackson. And me and Jackson don't text. Like what the three of us will group. Like if Jackson wants like to say something to me, he'll say it in our group chat and we're all like chiming in. So the second I saw his name, I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
But then it was also like fairly soon after, like with Chloe and all that stuff was going on. So I was like, okay, I guess it could be this. But I opened the text and he was like, hey, are you free the weekend of the 18th, April 18th? Which, if you don't know, is both of my brother's birthdays. The way I didn't even like,
I don't think I wish them happy birthday.
I'm sure they're fine. You've been busy. But yeah, the way I didn't even like reach out and be like, do we have something planned for Brett and Ryan's birthday? I was like,
I'll be there.
I was like, whatever day, whatever time, like I'll be there. And then, or I responded, I was like, is this what I think it is for?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah. And then I was just like, just like blowing up his phone with all these like gifts and stuff. And then it was like the longest waiting game because he was still trying to like work everything out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't involved in like the detail part.
Right.
I was more just like, when it got closer to it, Alicia was like, hey, like handed like certain things off. But I was like, I can't text him to be like, hey, what's the plan? What's happening? Because I didn't want you to see it.
Yeah.
And then so like me and Alicia snuck off at Coachella and talked like a little bit. And then I finally got like more of the details and then it kind of like snowballed from there. So that's my pre-part.
Right.
But it has been funny just like watching you just be like, when's it gonna happen?
Right.
And it was so hard because you were constantly thinking, oh my God, you guys, I think he's gonna propose like on this trip. Oh my God, you guys, I know he's proposing this weekend. So I was like, dude, how is anyone gonna pull off surprising?
Right.
Because your mind was like,
it was like waiting for I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
It really has been like it's in retrospect, I'm like seeing everything. I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm dumb because I've been like looking for it this whole time. And then there it was. And it was like very obvious looking back, but multiple things happened like all at once. So here's all the background. Post Coachella, like the Tuesday after Coachella, I'm like dying to get my nails off. Alicia she's like, let's go get our nails off. Like, I hate my Coachella nails. She told me that all weekend long. I was like, every time I looked at them, I was like, they're stunning. Like, they're kind of amazing. Like, what do you mean you hate them? She kept saying she hated them. They didn't turn out the way she wanted. And I was like, well, perfect. These are my Japan nails. Yeah. I've had them on for like a month. Like, I'm dying to get them off. So I got them off and I already like decided because I knew at some point I was going to get proposed to. Yeah. And I promised myself, I think out loud to all my friends, I was like, I'm doing nudes for the next 6 months. So it wasn't even no one had to force me to get a color that I wasn't trying to get. Like, I already knew the plan. Like, I was like, nope, I'm doing nudes until I have a ring on my finger. Yeah. So I didn't even have to, no one had to convince me. I just went and got my nails off. So that was obvious. Thing number one, Alicia never gets her nails done with me. She has a nail girl that comes to the house that she's obsessed with. So that should have stood out to me. 2, one of my best girlfriends who was like, I already told Jackson, like, when we get engaged, I want to do an engagement shoot with her. I wasn't expecting her to be at the proposal, but I wanted an engagement shoot with her. She was in town for a film. She does acting, and that was, again, one of those things where I was just like, she's in town all the time.
Well, and like,
she stays with us all the time.
She stays with you guys, and like her like projects she works on, like she's been more frequently coming into LA. Yeah. So it was like not that crazy.
It wasn't. And she stays with Alicia.
With all the things.
She messaged us way ahead of time and was like, hey, like I have a tentative thing going on like this week. Actually, it makes sense that it was happening during Chloe because I think I was in Korea when she texted. And we were like, yeah, of course. And she was like, it's not for sure, but it's sometime in April. Like, I think it's this weekend. Just wanted to see if I can crash with you guys. And we were like, yeah, of course. No problem. Again, she's literally the girl that I wanted to shoot my engagement. So it's crazy that she was in town and I didn't pick up on that. But again, she's in town all the time for work. 2, Jackson's one of his best friends and his wife were in town and they were staying with us. But again, they're in town all the time. And they were here for a work event. It was a podcasting thing with iHeart. Made perfect sense to me. I was excited that they were in town. And so those were like huge giveaways that looking back, I'm like, Ashley, you idiot. Like, you've been waiting for this your whole life and like could not pick up on that. But all of that was like not out of the norm. And then the next day, like, Jackson woke up early and went to the gym. I didn't see him too much. Didn't think much of it. Like, him and Dean were off like doing whatever. And me and Kaylin were like, went and got coffee and like had breakfast. And then I had a work event. This is the big like twist. Jackson, because he'd been trying for such a long time, finally gave up and contacted my manager, who I feel like he has gotten to know so well like these last few years. So I feel like he has a really good relationship with her, and was like, hey, here's the deal. I've been trying to propose to Ashley for such a long time. I need you to like
make sure she doesn't
put it in her calendar. Yeah. Can we like come up with some kind of thing where she thinks it's like a work thing, so she's not going to like leave. So she
stays in the States.
Yes, because like Dubai, literally Korea, Japan, Coachella, like all of these things kept coming up and it was always last minute. So anyways, my manager, I'm currently working with Clinique. My manager told me that I had a dinner with Clinique and Amazon. It was on my Google Calendar. I had a Google invite. I had an actual like e-invite with the branding, logos and everything. I was then given a $200 Uber voucher from my house to the event to take me to the event back to my house. And it had Clinique branding, Amazon branding, made perfect sense. I had instructions for what to do. Once I got to the hotel, it was at Barless in Hollywood. I just had to like tell the front desk that I'm here with Clinique. They had a reserved room where there was going to be a very intimate dinner where we could all like network, chat, get to know each other, talk about the brand, and like all of this, you guys. I don't even think everyone understands. This is to a T what happens.
It's very
when
normal.
there is an event, especially like with a brand that you're working with. I had a dress code. It said spring semi-formal. And the crazy thing is I had an outfit planned. I could not, for the life of me, find a plus. I asked everybody. I literally asked everybody.
Well, and I can't wait because I haven't had a chance to like give Jackson crap for this yet. But so all of us knew about this like event, right? Like that you thought you were going to an event. So Jackson texts me like the day before, I think. And he goes, hey, Ash is going to invite you to an event and like say you're busy. And then he was like, but tell her to invite me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, why would I? Because I knew it was for Clinique. I was like, why would she invite you?
Yeah.
So I'm freaking out, right? Because that's all he tells me.
Yeah.
And then I know he's with you because he's like, Ash is going to tell. So I'm like, okay, I can't like blow up his phone being like, this makes no sense. What are you talking about? You know? So then I'm sitting there. You text me like 2 seconds later and you're like, hey, I have this event, want to go? And you send me like the cover of the event and I'm like dying because I'm like, okay, whoever made this, like
Literally,
so epic.
Abigail, my manager.
Yeah. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, how am I supposed to like nonchalant do this? I'm like, I could literally ruin the proposal right now.
Right.
Because for me to like push Jackson to go, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting and I'm thinking and I knew I had talked to Ash about that my man was flying in that weekend.
Yes, which
we were
very excited about.
Yes. He was, and we've also been talking about how like we want to do like a double date. So he was flying in Sunday, but Ash didn't know that part. So she invited me and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm literally going to be picking him up and like seeing him like
for the first time in such a long time. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but I'd be so down. That looks so fun. And then I like waited a second. I'm like trying to just be like so casual. And then I was like, oh my God, but he's staying in that area. So what if like, I don't know if you're going to bring Jackson or whatever, but like if you bring Jackson, we should meet for drinks after.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I felt like it went like very casual. But then like come to find out, he was like, no, I don't want to go. And the plan was never for him to go with you.
Yeah.
So I was like, what were you? What? What was that part? What was that part? Because I was stressing out.
Well, I literally had mentioned maybe I might have to bring Jackson because literally no one can come with me. And I had said that out loud. So maybe that's why he was thinking that.
I don't know,
I was
but
like,
bro.
I'm literally at my wit's end. I like asked Alicia, I asked Lexi, I asked Greer, I asked Taryn. I was like, those are like my 4 like go-to girls. And someone always says yes, but no one could. So then I mentioned it to Jackson and he was like, I mean, I'd rather not. And I was like, fair, but like, I don't want to go alone and I hate going alone. So I ended up asking Alicia again, like the night before, one last time. And she was like, fine, I owe you one.
Yeah.
She never comes to events. Me and her both get kind of anxious when it comes to networking.
Yeah.
So it's not something we enjoy.
Yeah.
That being said, Alicia finally said yes. And I was like, perfect. Thank God. The entire day I'm hanging out with Haley. I'm hanging out with Kaylin. Like we're having the best time. They all have work stuff to do at night. And then I finally got a plus for my event, my work thing. So Jackson was going to go hang out with some of his guys and like watch a game. Couldn't tell you what game it was, but he was going to go watch a game at a bar with his guy friends.
Who knew if that game even existed?
I don't know. I don't think it did. So like he leaves because he's going to go meet up with his friends, and then Dean and Kaylin leave. I'm still looking like a homeless person. Like my hair is wet And Kaylin's like, all right, well, we'll see you later. And I'm like, cool, bye. I'm like dragging my feet. I don't want to go. I finally I pick my outfit. I go to steam it, spill water all over the top. It's like a matching 2-piece set that I know looks good on me. It's one of my favorite go-to last minute. It looks good. I feel comfortable in it. So I was devastated. I threw it in the dryer, made it worse. It looks like there's a stain on it now. I might have ruined it. Who knows? So I'm in the worst mood. And I'm doing my hair. And so I'm like, you know what? Who cares? It's just a dinner. I'm not going to look that fancy, I guess. So I grab a few extra clothes and I go to Alicia's because I'm telling her I'm frustrated. I show up to Alicia's and she looks stunning. And I'm like,
You're like, wait.
I'm like, wait, you look so good. And she was like, well, it said spring semi-formal. And I was like, yeah, but it's I didn't expect you to go all out. Even for my birthday parties in the past, she's been no makeup, no hair, beanie. She doesn't want to get ready if she doesn't have to. So I was just like, well, shoot. And she was like, well, I was thinking we could go get some pics or something or go get drinks beforehand. And I was just like, damn it. I'm not in the mood and I don't have my good outfit. So Alicia literally dresses me in this floral dress that was way too short for my taste, but fit like a glove. So I ended up wearing that. We had to put biker shorts on because I literally couldn't bend over. Yeah. And so I just felt very it was very cute. I just didn't feel comfortable the way I did my other outfit. But I was like, you know what? It's fine. We're going to get cute pics. So we end up leaving early. I took my Uber voucher. We go to this bar down the street from Barless, which is where, again, my Clinique dinner event is at. We go to this other bar, sit. It's a beautiful LA day, which is crazy because the night before was cold and stormy and gray and cloudy and rainy. So we're getting pictures. We're just chatting and hanging out and vibing. I didn't even want to leave for the dinner. I was like, no, let's just hang out here. This is fun. She's like, no, let's go. So we're walking over and there's literal foot videos of that everyone took of me and Alicia crossing the street.
Yeah.
Because literally everyone is at Barless waiting for us. Another funny thing is while we're pulling up in the Uber before we go to the first bar, I see a blue G-Wagon, a light blue G-Wagon.
Dude, I freaking told them to valet.
And I literally know there's two people in my life that have very obvious, very bright cars. One of them's Jackson and one of them's Remy. Yeah. And they both have Jackson has a sky blue Bronco and Remy has a sky blue G-Wagon.
Well, also, didn't you see your mom's car?
No, I didn't see my mom's car.
Oh, I thought you said you saw your mom's car too.
No, I saw Remy's, but I said it out loud when I was hugging my mom. Because we pull up and I see a blue G-Wagon and I say out loud to Alicia, I was like, oh my God, Remy's here. And I said it as a joke.
Yeah.
And Alicia goes, haha, that's so funny. And now looking back, I'm like, oh, it literally was Remy's car. But there are 3 sky blue G-Wagons that I see all the time that aren't Remy's.
Yeah.
So I literally said it as a joke, didn't think it was actually hers. So anyways, we get to Barless. I tell the front desk that I'm here for a Clinique event. The guy's like, oh, this way. Takes us into the elevator. Elevator goes up. It's this cute little bar area. And the woman at the front says, hi, how can I help you? I'm like, I'm here for Clinique. And so then she guides us to these doors. I go to open the doors. And the first person I see is Haley Ringo, my girlfriend who does wedding photography. She's already clicking. It's I hear really pretty cello music and I register the flowers and then I see Jackson. He's backlit. So I just kind of see his profile. Mm-hmm. And I'm I literally start sobbing. I kind of black out. Alicia takes my purse out of my hands and then I get really wobbly knees and can barely move. And then it was just the sweetest, most pure little moment of freaking out. Mm-hmm. I walk up, he proposes. It's an obvious yes. It was so beautiful. And the best part was we go to pop champagne afterwards. And again, Haley's just taking photos and then we cheers. And then he says one more thing and has me turn around. And I literally turn around. The first person I see is Taryn. The first person I see is Taryn, and I start ugly crying. Oh. I start ugly crying because not only was Taryn there, but right behind her was my friend Smash, Ashley, who I call Smash, who I hadn't seen in a bit. And then I look back and like a ton of friends are here. And then I see my mom and dad in the back and I like weep.
Yeah.
I'm like weeping.
Yeah.
Because I just think that was I love that the proposal was just us. And then I love that I got to celebrate with like my closest people afterwards. And it was just like the sweetest thing.
It was just very you, and it was very him. It was, it couldn't have been more perfect. And
I just love that I turned around and like there was Taryn, and it just made me so happy.
So I was the one Lexi was texting. So like on the flip side, we had told everyone to get there a certain time, and I was kind of in charge of like who was there. So I think it was like Remy and TK were like the last ones. So it was like I was like down in the lobby, like getting them up. And then we all were just kind of chilling because there was like an outside bar. So we stayed out there because Jackson really just wanted it to be him and you because he's shy, and it just is very fitting again for both of you.
And me and him love like little things just for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it was perfect. So we were all sitting outside, and then finally Lexi texted me, come in. So I'm like rushing everyone in, but then you know how groups get, like they get like, no one knows what to do, and they were all kind of freaking out. Yeah. So then finally, like, cause I was trying to like stick back and like whatever, I like led everyone there, but then I was like, okay, like, but it was just like, everyone was kind of like frozen. So I was like, shoo, I'll go first. So I just like slowly like open it, and then we're all just kind of like filing in. Cause I also like, we didn't really talk through that part. Like, are we yelling surprise or like what? So finally I could see Jackson was trying to get your attention to have you turn.
Yeah.
And so then we all just were kind of like ready. And then, it was just like so beautiful seeing you. Like you were so happy already, but then like seeing all of us, it was like, I'm sure it was just like waves of like, I'm crying again.
Oh my God. So much emotion. And I just feel like my nerves were so heightened. There was like food for everyone afterwards. I couldn't even eat. I was just like, I was smiling from ear to ear, and I was like,
no, you were
I
glowing.
had like a couple sips of my champagne, but I was just like I was on such a high. I couldn't eat. I couldn't like hold still. Like I was just like wanting to talk to everyone. It was so great. Something I did hear that was crazy was the cello was booked the night before.
Yep. No, your mom literally called me. It was so funny. Your mom, I'm going to talk about your mom for a while.
Please. I love her. I love her. She's so
Let
cute.
me just tell you something. There are people in life that I know your mom's next move I know what she's going to do. I know who she's going to talk to. I know what she's going to say. She reached a new level. A new level of Chris happened. And I'm going to tell her about it. And I've already like, me and her were like cry laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
And I feel like me and her have this really great relationship where we kind of like poke at each other. And like, I don't know. She's just so funny.
She also just adores you.
Because also
you've known
like,
her for so long.
I think like, you know, like how there's certain things of your personality that are gifts and they're beautiful, but you've been made to feel like are inconvenient.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you finally meet someone who not only sees it, but then will like make fun of you and just like laugh with, it's just like beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one thing about Chris, and if you, I feel like I'm gonna cry just because like it kills me. So, and I'm so tired. Oh, I'm getting giddy. Okay. So one thing about Chris, she will talk as long as you will let her. She will never run out of anything to say. There will never be silence.
No.
And then the other thing is, she's one of those people that like you meet and she instantly, there's no boundary.
No.
Like she will ask you about your deepest, darkest secret.
Yeah.
And not from a place where she like genuinely just loves people.
Yeah.
And is connected. And if she has a question, she's gonna ask it.
She's going to ask it. She's also,
Which is why she gets everything she wants.
She literally
dude.
gets everything she wants. It's she gets it done. Like if you need something and you need to figure something out, like have her do it because she will get it done because people just do stuff for her because she's not afraid to ask.
She's like, against protocol? Okay, well, what if we do this? What if we...
Would you be willing to bend the rules for me just this
and
once?
And she's so sweet that like you can't say no.
It's so crazy. And she also hates small talk. Like she doesn't care for small talk. And I think me and Alicia have kind of gotten that a bit from her too. Not to the same degree, but she does not care. She does not care to talk about the weather, to talk about little stuff. She wants to dive in. She wants to learn about you. She wants to understand you, and she wants to help.
Yeah.
That's her like biggest thing in life.
So she calls me. It must have been the day before because the cello was set up like the day before. And she starts the conversation with, she has this pounding migraine. So I'm like, oh my, but you know, I don't have time to like ask her how she's doing. Like she's already into her.
Yeah.
So then she starts going into how she found this cello player and asking all these questions, but not pausing for me to like say anything. And the whole time I kept trying to say like, I'm not the one to ask. Like, I don't know, but I couldn't say it.
Yeah.
So like 20 minutes into the conversation, I finally was like, Chris, I was like, I don't know. And I was like, you need to call Alicia. And she's like, oh, well, she's sleeping. Like, blah, blah. Like we're just talking. And so then we were like just dying laughing. Cause I was like, I can't answer literally anything.
Can't help you.
Cause I wasn't really involved with like the detail part. I was involved with orchestrating people like once it was all set.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. The next thing was, so when I arrive at the engagement, I walk in, I'm like saying hi to people, and your mom was just hugging me. Then she starts like, me and her basically are crying because she starts her thing where she always does this with me. And I'm like, Chris, you get me every time. She's like, I thank God for you and Ashley's friendship. She's all this stuff. Then she's like, did you know he came out and asked our blessing? And she's telling me all about that. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, we're just having this whole conversation. I'm still like, my bag's in my arms. Like, I just adore her. And she's just like the most like pure Energizer bunny. Like she's just like around.
Yeah.
So then I clocked right away. Jackson was nervous. Like, you know how I am. I can walk in a room and I'm like, you're in a bad mood. Ooh, you guys are fighting. You're sad. You're happy. So I walk in and I see him and I was like, fair. Okay. So I said a really quick hi and then I kind of just like left him. But everybody's excited. Like everyone's excited.
Right.
So, you know, he has like the photographers asking him questions. He has his friends in there saying certain things. There's like, everyone's like talking to him. And I was starting to catch like he was overwhelmed. So then... I started noticing. I was like, she's been following him a really long time. And you know, like, poor Jackson, I think he was just because he loves your mom so much, but I think he was like so overwhelmed. He was doing the polite like answer while walking away.
Read the room. I need a second.
So I start like walking up because I'm like, dude, I'll talk to Chris for as long. We'll go sit outside, you know, like whatever. So I walk up and she's like, so what are you going to say? And he goes, as he's like kind of walking, he goes, oh, probably just, you know me, something short and sweet. She goes, okay, but like what? Me and Jackson make eye contact and I go, you need everyone out. I'm like, I like mouth, do you need everyone out? He looks at me and just nods like, please. So then I had to drag her kicking and screaming. She's like, oh no, I need to help the child. Oh, but I got it. And I was like, Chris, I need you to come help me guard the tables, Chris. She's just like, oh, okay. Like so sad. But then it was like so fun because we went out. She got a mocktail.
Good for her.
The guy handed it to her. She said, thank you.
Christine
and
McDonald's
away.
She didn't pay for it?
Nope. She goes, oh, is there a tab or something? I was like, no. And she's like, oh, I just said thank you and walked away. So then we're dying because I'm like, you just stole a drink. And then we did like videos. She just was like, it was so fun to see her thriving too. Like, that's so special as a mom to like watch your daughter do it. And your dad too was like so precious.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was dying.
I can't believe.
I literally texted her. I was like, you were my favorite part of yesterday. Because even when I was doing the video, I was like, Chris, you got 30 seconds. Like, that's it. You have to, I'm tapping you out.
No, that was so sweet. I'm just picturing her like so excited. Obviously,
okay, but like what?
That and just like following him around. I cannot. Poor guy's like biggest moment ever.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because then I walked in after everyone was out. I walked back in to like grab something, and he was standing in the corner, just staring out the window, like against the window. He's just standing, staring, just kind of like swaying. And so I was like, okay, like he just really needed like some time. He was so Ash. He was so nervous. He was like shaking, like he practiced like getting down on his knee. I was watching and I was like, oh no.
I'm literally gonna cry thinking about
like,
it. That's so sweet.
It was so, and like, it was so cute seeing like how light he was after, you know, like, and he's like cracking jokes.
Really
and
intense
like,
and quiet and like can't even like respond to something beforehand and then just like, afterwards.
No,
That's
it was
so cute.
It was so beautiful. And I mean, you guys know, like Ash is like a stunning human being. I don't know what it was. Like, I don't think I've ever seen someone. You were like the most beautiful I've ever seen you. Like, you were just like glowing, and it was just like, I don't know. It was just so fun watching. And it was really weird because I kind of like stayed in the background a lot. I don't know if you noticed, but like I was so overwhelmed. Like I just was like watching, and it was like, I feel like I get you all the time, but it's like rare I get to just like. It's rare. You're not the type of person who. I need to get Botox again. My forehead can move too much. Why did I say that? Anyways, you're not the type of person who's like center of attention.
Yeah.
And I think like, because I knew like this is something you've been like waiting for so long. And I feel like me and you have this very like loud friendship when we're together, but it was like so beautiful and stunning. And it was like so fun just seeing like everybody like just like surround you. And it was like really cool because I'm like, I see her all the time. I get her all the time. So it was cool kind of like stepping back a little and just like kind of like watching just like how loved you guys are and like
I love
how you guys interact. Like, I don't know. It was just like really beautiful. So I think that's why I was like super excited too, that I was like the first to hug you. Cause I feel like it was like, we had like our moment, and then I was just like, just proud mom, just like filming everyone. Like,
oh, so fresh.
But yeah, I'm just so happy for you. I think you guys are just great for each other. And your ring is so beautiful. And
apparently Jackson's friend's dad is a diamond wholesaler. So he had like he got like a good price with him, and then he also got to be a little more creative with it. The ring like I've never seen anything like it, but like the underneath part of the diamond is exposed.
It's so, but there's so nothing cool. Wrapping it. Like there's no like halo diamonds or anything. It's like literally, it's like you just like see the point of the diamond, and it's so stunning.
Yeah, and it's like his friend's dad's company like got to be like, that's their like creativity and like the ring. So that was really cool. And then I guess like the night before, Alicia messaged Jackson and was like, because Jackson, Alicia, and my manager basically planned the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And Alicia was like, I think we need a cello player. My favorite instrument on the planet is the cello. I think it's so beautiful.
She's had plenty of gift receipts from her mom for lessons, and she's never did.
No, I think it's so beautiful. I think it's so gorgeous. And so Jackson's like, I mean, I don't think we can. It's literally the night before. That's not going to happen. So my sister ends up texting my mom the night before.
This is wild.
The night before. Now, this is Good Friday because Easter's Sunday, and I got proposed to on the Saturday in between. So it's Good Friday.
He is risen.
He is risen. My sister ends up texting my mom, who's literally playing drums for her church service for the Good Friday service, because this is what my mom does every year. And she's like, hey, do we happen to know a cello player? I'm thinking of trying to hire them last minute for Ashley's proposal. And mom's like, I'm literally playing church services with one right now. And he used to play for the Boston Philharmonics, which is like, you have to be good.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a friend who knows cello.
Well,
this
and
is like an
that's the-
actual celloist.
That's the only way you can be confident enough to for something like last minute.
Yes.
Because the way he showed up and was like, cool, where do I plug in?
Yeah.
Sit. Jackson had like kind of talked him through like, hey, like when I start talking, can you go really quiet? So they kind of like ran through that. And like, he's just like, okay, like you didn't even notice him.
No.
That's how you know they're like
That's how
good
you know
is
they're
when they're
good.
just like, yeah, it was beautiful.
And so I guess my mom ends up, she was like kind of nervous, but she was talking to, there was like a string quartet that night at church. So she was talking to the violin player who was a woman and like very talkative. So she's chatting with her and she's like looking over at the guy cello player. And so she's talking to
This again, dude, why is Chris like the MVP of the day?
So cute. And she's like, hey, so as she's like looking at the celloist, she's like, oh, so my daughter doesn't know it yet, but she's about to get proposed to tomorrow. And I don't know, but do you think he would want to play for the proposal? And the lady, who obviously like doesn't know my mom at all, is like, oh, I don't know. Like you can go ask him. And she's like, yeah. Okay. So she said she was really nervous and kind of like stumbling over her words, but she's like, hi. Hi, I'm Chris. I played you're playing amazing. You sound so good.
Very
she was
fitting.
like, also, this is kind of last minute, so it's okay if it's a no, but my daughter is getting proposed to tomorrow and she doesn't know. And her favorite instrument is the cello. And I just thought, how cool would it be if you're free? Would you want to come play?
He's like,
for her proposal.
He's like, wait, what?
And he's like, when is it? And she's like, tomorrow. And he's like maybe I think I could actually. And he's like, are you wanting like the quartet or what are you looking for? And she was like, I mean, we're open to anything. She just really loves the cello. And we thought that would be so cool. And so I guess he tried to get like a pianist to come with him, but it was too last minute for the pianist. And he was like, so he ends up texting my mom like that night or that next morning and was like, hey, the pianist can't make it, but I can. So then my mom tells him, perfect, like come, it's from 7 to 9. She got the times wrong.
Yeah.
It was 6.
Yeah.
So I guess he was one of like he was running late, but also like on time given like the circumstances with what he was told. But I guess like he like showed up, like set up in no time and was like ready to go like before.
No,
like,
I'm telling you,
everyone else.
it was so quick. Like he was like barely asked a question, just like.
Yeah. But like Taryn said, like that's just, you could tell like he's been around, knows how to do this. He was so sweet. So yeah, that's how we ended
and
up
it was such
getting
a cute like touch because it is something like anyone who knows you well knows like you love the cello.
Yeah.
So it was like
there was even like little
touch.
things like my favorite flower is a gardenia, and there were gardenias in all of the bouquets that Jackson's friend made. So it was very sweet. There were a lot of little touches.
And then we ended the night having pizza.
Mm-hmm. We ordered
in Alicia's house, just blasting like old hip hop. And with the house was like only blue lights were on, and we were all just like
the guys were playing Mario Party,
dancing, and like it was just so fun. Like we danced with Chris again. She sprinkled throughout the whole day.
She really was just like
she
such
was
a
just
highlight.
Thriving, and you were thriving, and it was just like it was so fun. It was just so perfect,
so fun. So get ready. We're gonna have a lot of wedding content coming your way. Also, if y'all know anyone. I don't know how to do stuff like this. I get overwhelmed and I don't like doing stuff like this.
You do need a coordinator, girl.
I need to find a coordinator to do it for me.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yep.
But yeah, she's a fiance.
She's a fiance. Do you feel different?
Yes. In the best way.
Did it make you feel more like closer to Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really fun. It was fun telling his family. We like FaceTimed all of them. I even like little things of like going out in public and just being like, oh, like literally no one's going to hit on me ever. Cause I'm just going to be like,
Or they will.
Take it. Or they will. And I'll just
ones
like
that
shove
are
it in their
into
face. So yeah, it's been so fun. I've just been like, I've been floating through life this week.
As you should, girl. As you should.
Yep.
It was funny too because we made that TikTok at Stagecoach.
So many people mentioned that to me.
They're like, not you guys saying like no ring, no kids, and then now you have like a giant rock on your hand.
Kaylin was the first to tell me that. She was like, when I saw your post that said no ring, no kids, she was like, I was dying because it was
literally same because
the
like
following week I was gonna have a ring.
I knew by then too. So when you said that caption, I was like, yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
Sure.
Dude, I'm so sad because I just like couldn't do it for it to make sense. But I had this whole plan. I bought a fake wedding ring.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to, before you got engaged, FaceTime you that I was engaged. Just to thoroughly piss you off.
Just to watch my face like drop.
And my plan was going to be to like obviously screen record, but like have Alicia like film you and like be just like, what the hell? Like when you hung up, you know?
Yeah.
But it never worked for like when I was like seeing him to wear it. And then I literally could have done it like the night before your engagement, but I was like, this might throw a wrench or like throw things
Ruin
off.
the
I was
surprise.
like, what if like I do it and it just causes a huge fight between you and Jackson? Because you're like,
and I hate him.
I know it was a joke, but like, are you ever gonna propose? You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. But now I have this fake wedding ring for nothing.
Well, I'm sure there's someone else we could prank.
Yeah, we should. My mom.
Your mom? She sent me the sweetest text.
I know.
I literally sobbed. I read it out loud to Jackson.
She's like, can I say, because which Supercast knows, listen to Supercast, they got a detailed scoop, but you waited for a while to post. But like I told my parents, because I had to tell them like why I couldn't come to like birthday stuff.
Yeah.
And so my mom kept being like, is it okay if I text her? I know she still hasn't posted. I was like, yeah, mom. Like totally
fine.
I'm sure she knows I told you. Like go for it. But
it was so sweet. And at the end, she was like, I feel like you guys know this, listeners, but like I've been going to Taryn's family vacation for like damn near 10 years or something like that. And she was like, just so you know, you are always welcome to the Esslinger family vacation, and Jackson's now welcome too. And I was just like,
wow.
I was like, I'm
really
unwell. I'm like
happens.
crying and I'm like reading it to Jackson. Aww. And he was like, that's so sweet of her. And I was like, it is.
I feel like him and my dad would like have some good combos.
I feel like they would totally bond. They're just such like guys, like sports guys. So yeah.
She's engaged.
She's a fiancée.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's our engagement recap
episode,
debrief episode, whatever the title is, whatever we decide to call it.
Whatever. Yep.
And yeah, get excited for lots of wedding talk because I'm going to be coming every week with all my stresses,
all the updates,
and most likely more Christine content.
I hope there's never enough.
More
Hi,
Mama
Christine.
McDonald
I know you're
stories.
listening. We love you.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll talk to y'all later. We love you so much, and we'll be back next Monday with a brand new episode.
Everyone, go give Ash some love on her post.
Yes, please.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.